So, everyone, I know some of my viewers do not know how Magic the Gathering works, so I'll try to explain it as thorough as I can. That being said, this format is very rough. It's very complicated. It's a instant and sorcery based one. One of the things I'm trying to figure out while I'm doing this is how to speculate properly. Oh, by the way, got a new avatar. Alright. Whew. Deep breaths. We can do this. Oh my, a noob. Alright. Venerable Ward Singer, if this works, wins the game. It's a 3-mana 3/3, which is great stats. And then it just, when it hits people, it just brings value out of all of our cards. Master Symmetrist is safer, but this is just so much better. So I'm going to go with Venerable War Singer. Things worth knowing, Explosive Welcome is going to be nice. Spirit Summoning would be great to rotate back to us. I'm worried about the lack of other cards. We might end up taking a first day of school or something in our next pack. Be ready to splash into green for Mage Duel. Yeah, I'm worried about... There isn't a second card in this pack for us, and that's the concern. Well, there is, but they're not good cards. It's going to be a Blood Age General is my guess. But yeah, Venerable War Singer is just so good. I think we'd go with this anyways. For other colors, Spectacle Mage is nice. Alright. Infuriate, Zimone, Beaming Defiance. So, here's the thing. I'm trying to look at... So, it doesn't look like there's really... Like, I'm not going Beaming Defiance. I might go Infuriate, but I'm not going Beaming Defiance. I'm not committed to my color yet. Zimone and Decisive Denial are both great cards for Quandrix. The thing is, I don't know which one I want to get first. I've heard some people talk bad about Zimone because it dies to Lash of Malice, it dies to Heated... It dies to everything, basically. And the draw card effect only works in the late game. So I think the Decisive Denial is going to be better between the two. And yeah, we're getting past... I'm not going to take Infuriate or Make Your Mark just for Venerable War Singer. We're going to take this to speculate into one side or the other, so we could abandon ship should the worst come. I think these both are so strong that they're worth taking the pick. Alright. Humiliates. We got another Zimone. I think that's the tell that we can go Quandrix. And given that our only Boros card is Relic Sloth and maybe Guiding Voice, I think it's going to be open for us. So I think we're going Zimone here. We have a Leyline, Spirit Summoning, and a Burying Books. Like, we have so many good Quandrix cards along the way as it comes back around. This is only pick 3, so we're not committed, but we're very excited. Alright. Pillar Drop Warden. Elemental Summoning is definitely the safest. Test of Talents is definitely the strongest. I think here we just want to be a little safe, because we don't know... We're not certain where we're going, and Elemental Summoning is good on both sides. Test of Talents is definitely the stronger pick, but it's also not... the secure pick, as I was saying. Whew. Pillar Drop Warden could work. This is pack 4. If we pick Elemental Summoning... Yeah, let's grab our Elemental Summoning. Just keep ourselves a little safe. Alright, so we have Wormhole Serpent. Lorehold Pledge Mage, which is for the Lorehold deck, but I think... Yeah, we're getting so few Lorehold cards. Like, we have a Divine Gambit and Lorehold Pledge Mage versus Wormhole Serpent, Soothsayer, Elemental Masterpiece if I want to splash. Like, yeah, all 3 of the uncommons are still... Okay, so these, I guess, aren't very good uncommons, but I'm going to go with this way. I think the blue is looking pretty darn open, at the very least. Negate, just to prove that the blue is pretty darn open. Question is, Negate or Decisive Denial? This one gets worse later on, but also has the fight effect. But yeah, it looks like we definitely took the open route. So I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to pick the Negate. Of all pretenses, the Decisive Denial, I think, is more likely to rotate back to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not going to. It's just it's more likely. Which is, I know sounds ridiculous, but... Alright. Well, we have a Whirlwind Denial. Then we have a lot of red. Red is Oh, no, no. This isn't a red card. This isn't a red card. So we have one red card. Yep. Whirlwind Denial, followed by Clockwork Archivist another time? Yeah. I like Whirlwind Denial. A lot of people think bad of it, but it also counters Magecraft triggers, so that's pretty strong. Alright. I think we're going to go with the Quandrix Campus. Yeah, I think Quandrix has shown itself as open. Yeah, this is pick 8. We have a campus still. Biomath isn't always the best, but this is pick 8. Elemental Masterpiece also says that color... Wow. Wow. Okay. So red is open. I think we're still going strategic planning of these. Yeah. So, we have a lot of 2-drops, but they're all, like, rotate on top of yourself. They're all 2-drops that are greater on turn 5 and 6, basically. Red is open, but other than that, Boros is not. Prismari might have been the color combination. Because, yeah, how are we getting Elemental Masterpieces this late in? How are we getting Elemental Masterpieces this late in? I'll go to the Soothsayer. It's a safe. I need 2-drops that I'm playing on turn 2. Yeah. I think I'm go with Soothsayer. Alright, Invocation as a big beater at the end. Great with Wormhole Serpent. Yeah, we got Leyline Invocation. We got Elemental Masterpieces. Like, yeah. Blue, it looks like everyone's fighting for, like, Silver Quill. It literally just looks like everyone's fighting for Silver Quill. Do I want to resculpt, or... I'm going to put the Pillar Drop board in here so I can splash red if we get a bunch of Masterpieces. Because there were a lot of Masterpieces flying around. So, I'd appreciate it. Alright. So yeah, we have 9 cards. 3 are creatures. Okay, so this is one set of win condition. This is a card draws... This is a value. And we have 3 counter spells already. We have 3 counter spells already. We can Durdle and make it so they can't. So all that kills us is tempo. I think that's where we're going to be. We just pick the big value cards, and otherwise we just only lose tempo. Square Up's playable, but it's also the least playable. It does help. It makes Zimone... It protects Zimone. It protects Zimone and Soothsayer. And it gives +4/+4 to the invocation. Square Up isn't actually that bad now that I think about it. Also, by the way, look at our colors. What's really open isn't Quandrix, but blue. Which means jumping into red will not be hard at all. So jumping into Prismari and red will not be hard at all if that comes up. Which is nice. It's nice to have options like that. I mean, if we want to be mono blue, by all means, sir. Charge Through's nice for this kind of deck. And Spiteful Squad, I've been less and less on the more I play it. It just seems like not what I want to be doing a lot of times. So if I had life gain, this would be the pick. This would win us the game every time it's played. We don't have life gain, so instead we have to get removal. Notes, I think the reason we're not getting much green is because someone's in Witherbloom. Someone's in Witherbloom, which means I think the Witherbloom guy is going to have freaking... Gosh, the Witherbloom guy is so happy. Valentine, Dina, Hunt for Specimens, and Pest Summoning, he's so happy, which hopefully allows me to get my Burying Books. They're still passing to the left. They haven't even got ready to the right yet. Alright. Tend the Pest. Oh my gosh. This Witherbloom dude, I think there's a person in Witherbloom, so I cannot compete with them, but they are so happy. And I'm happy for them. Because, yeah, we just don't... I don't think we have an access point into black. I could try to make an access point with Tend the Pests. That actually would not be a bad idea. We do know we're getting something back, but I think the Pest Summoning is just safer. I think the Pest Summoning is just safer. We currently have no Learn cards, so we will want to change that as we go on. Also, by the way, even though our curve looks really low to the ground, we're actually very high in the air. I know it sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Oof. Stone Rain. Deadly Blue. Yeah, he's very happy. Or they're very happy. 3 creatures. This could be a Spell Satchel deck. Otherwise, it's an Intro to Annihilation. Or we just, like, literally just say, okay, at this point we can grab some black. And so it's either Intro to Annihilation, which, you know what, I'm just going to put that in there because it's actually playable once we get learn cards. Reject. Okay. Suddenly, black is looking more open than blue. Yeah, we're going to grab a Hunt for Specimens and start going into black, I think. We're going to be Sultai. We're going to be Sultai. I think that's the play. Not sure if we'll pull it off, but I think there was just so many good black cards being rotated around that I got to go for it. Pack 2, pick 3. A little late. Not going to deny that at all, but when it works, it works. When it works, it works. And it seems like someone else noticed that Quandrix was open, and they're the person with the other Zimone we saw too. So chances are we're fighting with one person, but only one person. So let's fight with the Witherbloom person as well, get ourselves a deck that works. Yeah, look at this. Another Hunt for Specimens, a Snakeskin Veil, Mortality Sphere. Yeah. Sorry, buddy, you're going to get a competitor. I think I grab another Hunt for Specimens. We already have some good learn cards. Yeah. Or is it a Rise? We could use some more late game. We don't have many creatures, so the Hunt is very nice to give ourselves 2 drops that we can play on turn 2. But, yeah, I'm just going to commit. I'm going to say we can go black. By the way, the person to my left, Armarikius, I don't think they're taking their time thinking. I think they literally just left the draft and we're stuck with them. Alright, so we have 2 Hunt for Specimens, a Soothsayer Adept, and a Zimone as our 4 2-drops. One of those not really being a 2-drop. Mentor's Guidance doesn't work because we don't have the cards for it. So I think it's either Needlethorn Drake or we grab Witherbloom Apprentice. I think with the 3 colors, Witherbloom becomes a little harder. So I think I go with the Needlethorn Drake. Just a safe, secure, kill their stuff card. Scourge Colony? Or do I grab the... Is it time for the pop quiz? I have 2 Hunt for Specimens and a Needlethorn Drake. I think we're getting a lot better in our 2-drop slot, and our 3-drop slot is wide open. Having this guy to play when our counterspells aren't being played is fantastic. Alright. Quandrix Pledge Mage or Witherbloom Apprentice? That's really the question. Quandrix Pledge Mage, does it work with anything significant? Wormhole Serpent. Works with Wormhole Serpent. Yeah. We need a big body sometimes for these decisive denials and such. So this is our old pack coming back to us. We have a Duress and a Leech Fanatic. And a Spine Carrock. Yeah, Leech Fanatic's pretty nice. The fight gives us life gain. Like, it does some good stuff. Tend the Pests is an... Yeah, there was just too many good cards for Witherbloom. They couldn't pick them all. Can bring us back our Wormhole Serpent. Alright, Spell Satchel. We have 7 creatures, 12 non-creatures. So we have quite a bit of non-creatures. Leaving up the mana for counterspells is also nice, so I'm going to go with that. Yeah. Harness Infinity. Not actually good for our deck. Really cool card, but not actually good for our deck. Let's just get another counterspell. That would bring us to 3 2-mana counterspells, which is basically a very consistent theme. Otherwise, it's Environmental Sciences. This is not a bad pick at all. So it's either Test of Talents or Environmental Sciences. It's the only blue card, so whichever one I pick, the other one's not rotating. So let's see how many I have. 1. I'm just going to pick the Environmental Sciences. We have 2 2-mana counterspells already. We want to be consistent, not overpowered, basically. We already have enough counterspells at 2. We want something to actually find with our learn cards, and we want to make sure if we're missing a color, we can fix that color. So the Environmental Sciences was actually better than the Test of Talents there. I probably should have just, given that the people around me are going a bit slow, I should have probably just waited on that and stayed. By the way, even though we say we're a big deck, I should note we have 13 2-drops. So we're done with 2-drops and then some. Quandrix Command. It's a return. It's a counter spell. It's a buff spell. Yeah, it's... Okay, look. Put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature. Return target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. That's all it needs to say to be an amazing card. The fact that it has modularity is insane. I should have looked at what other cards were available, but that was good enough for me. Alright. I think... So, eliminates... Yeah, what is our win condition? It's literally Wormhole Serpent. Wormhole Serpent and Simone. Weird. Very, very weird. Alright, well, Eliminate is still a nice card. It's Eliminate or Field Trip is basically the question. And it's kind of funny, because usually it'd always be Eliminate, but we're starting to get bogged down on 2-mana cards. Like, turn 4 is going to be 2 plays every single time. I think we're just going to have to accept that. Field Trip another time. Guys. Alright, Dragon's Guard Elite, Serpentine Curve, or Tend the Pests. I mean, this is another win condition. This is also another win condition. And this... We have too many 2-drops. Quandrix Apprentice. Beautiful. And then we could have a Hunt for Specimens, possibly. I doubt it's going to come back around, but... We could dream. We can dream. Bury in Books or Cultivate. Cultivate will give us our mana, but I'm not sure if mana is even an issue for us. Bury in Books or Cultivate. I think we're just like... We remove everything. That's our deck. We just remove everything. Maybe a Witherbloom Pledge Mage, because it's just a bigger body. Alright, Auto Sucks a Cultivate. No, I'm grabbing Bury in Books. Weather the Storm, that's a funny card. Needlethorn Drake. It's playable, which I can't say about the others. Okay. Snakeskin Veil is very good. Mentor's Guidance doesn't really work with our creature count. Pestilent Cauldron. So I can discard cards to make pests. I could mill them, and I can draw cards. So it's a very late game, use all of our mana. And the other one, it looks like it's going to auto-pick for me, and so I'm not sure that was a good pick, but it auto-picked for me. And we got Test of Talons back? Okay. So we have all the 2-drops. We have all the 2-drops. Yeah, we're cutting cards, and it's all going to be at 2 mana. Every card we cut is going to be at 2 mana. Just flat out. Alright, let's get some more Leyline Invocations. Let's get some more big creatures. Because our big creatures right now are Dragon's Guard Elite, Quandrix Pledge Mage, and Leyline Invocation. So we just need big creatures now. We have the early game covered, and then some. Sure. Yeah, this is not a deck for Golden Ratio. Golden Ratio is often, at best, going to be a divination, because we have creature with 1 attack and 2 attack, and then we have to get all the way to 5 mana to get a person with 3 attack. We did not get any of the bears, so none of those great bears. So we just have Unwilling Ingredients and Specimens and such. Charge Through is one of the cards I'm going to cut. Alright. We don't really have buff spells, so I think the Pop Quiz is better than the Moldering Karok. We are the aggressive Durdle deck. We have all the early game, which then we use to just stop the game. Yeah, I'm not playing the artifact. I'm not playing the wall. This might actually be played. Alright. So what cards am I missing? Really red. So we need to get rid of 9 cards. Look at this 2-drop slot. Look at this freaking 2-drop slot. There's half of our deck is 2-drops. Spell Satchel could probably go. Actually, hold up. Yeah, 12 creatures. Spell Satchel can go. Alright. So this can return 2 creatures from my graveyard. And exile. And then it also acts as late game, just Durdle longevity. 11 creatures. Yeah, it's just like all of these cards are good. Yeah, I think Deadly Brew isn't for this kind of deck. We don't have a big boy. Tend the Pest isn't for this deck either. I hate to say it, but it's true. So yeah, most of our deck is in the early game, and then we just have to learn out late game, I guess. Elemental Summoning, Environmental Sciences, Intro to Annihilation. This is a weird deck. We're going to be doing a lot of Durdling, but I think our deck is very good at Durdling, so I think it's going to be alright. Infuse with Vitality and Decisive Denial. It's a 2-part kill spell, not exactly the most hyped about it. I think we actually get rid of the Infuse because of that. Oof. I actually like Pestilent Cauldron. I think it does a lot of what this deck needs to do. How many 2-drops do we have? 16? So we'll go to 13 2-drops. Yeah, I just need to figure out which 3 I want to get rid of. Like, I'd put the Spell Satchel in here. This is a good deck for Spell Satchel if there was actually place for Spell Satchel. I don't think there's a place for the Spell Satchel. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 learn cards. 4 learn cards, and how many lessons? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Exact lesson to learn ratio. Let's see. Is Leech Fanatic the weakest card here? Maybe the Soothsayer Adept? Yeah. Do I get rid of... No, I don't get rid of a Needlethorn Drake. Did we get rid of the Leech Fanatic? So that leaves us some good... Okay, so let's split this up. So we have control elements for 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for turn 2 plays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, I like that a lot better. Alright. Double Durdle. 2 mana. Yeah. 2 mana Durdle. And we're going to trust that that land count is correct. It looks like it gave us too many swamps. I think it gave us too many swamps, yeah. We're going to play it as is, but I'm going to just make a... Why does it say we're 5 colors? Like, yes, we drafted a red-white card, but we're not... Not 5 colors, man. Alright, whatever. I don't know why it does that to you. Alright. Keep it moving. Let's see how we fare against Opax. So we have a Hunt for Specimens, and we have too many swamps. Hunt for Specimens into Environmental Sciences to get myself the forest. Scared Colony. We can make them believe we have no blue. Make them believe we're just the Witherbloom deck. Make them believe we might be Silver Quill. Environmental Sciences. Beautiful, beautiful card. Alright. I don't want to use the Whirlwind Denial this early, so I'm going to actually play the Force I drew. And Scourge Colony. Next turn, I could hold up the Whirlwind Denial, or I could Environment Scientist and be ready with the Devouring Tendrils, depending on what I want. Alright, that's perfectly fine. Turn target creature to its owner's hand. I can return the 1/1 and buff my guy for the... So I can blow him out. But I don't even want to blow him out like that. Alright. So target creature I control. And it just deals damage equal to its power. Awesome. So I'll just kill the Biomathematician. Gain some life. I am happy trading my 1/1 for his 1/1. And then we just Environmental Sciences. I'd like another blue, please. Alright. Next turn we can hold up a lot of cards. We would need 6 mana to hold up 3, but it looks like we have a lot of good cards to hold up. Whirlwind Denial, Quandrix Command, Burying Books. Alright, second Biomathematician. That's fine. Alright. If he wants to start Durdling, I'm happy to start Durdling. If he doesn't want to start Durdling, I'm happy to go aggressive. Alright, I can Zimone and still hold up Whirlwind Denial and Burying Books. Alright, we now win the late game, so I'm happy to just Durdle. Let's Durdle, sir. Durdle, Durdle, Durdle. See how it fares. Wow. Do I Whirlwind Denial this? Or do I just bury the 3/3 that comes out? Yeah, actually, the only thing it does is it creates a 2/2 and a 3/3. Quandrix Command also solves a lot of the issue. This is tough for me. Yeah, I'm going to let this happen. I think there's going to be much more dangerous things to denial, but there are less dangerous things for me to bury. Alright. Alright, 6 mana. I can hold up both of those. And then I could also, if he does nothing, draw cards. So I could counter a spell, return a creature to his hand, or, yeah. And I could, yeah, returning the tokens to his hand should be devastating to him. I think that gets denialed. Yeah. Alright, do I just Quandrix Command to blow him out? And to make Zimone a threat? I can do both. Then I have no cards in hand. Nah. We're gonna take the hit. Yeah. This gives me an extra means of card draw, so I could use Zimone more freely without much threats. I can use Quandrix Command more freely without threat. That's our stuff. We'll see how this fares. I'm expecting a fight spell on Zimone, and then I bounce and blow him out. Four Biomathematicians in the top 14 cards of his deck. I just wanted to state that clearly. Alright. Return target creature to his hand, put 2+1/+1 counters. 1 plus 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 So that he... The reason is I want to split out my threats that he needs to deal with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we are. Then I could pop Quiz for an elemental summoning. Or... yeah, we'll resolve. And that scares him into believing I'm more interested in countering what he has to play after. Which is pretty great. We have an Intro to Annihilation. That was his 5th Biomathematician. I just need to state, that was his 5th Biomathematician. And they're not even being a significant threat to us. Like, they're being a threat. I'm not going to deny that. It's just not a significant threat. Do I just Pest Summoning? No, I think I Elemental Summoning still. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I think the 4/4 is significant enough that we just play it now. I could Zimone to play this land tapped, and then I can draw a card later. If he doesn't have an answer to Zimone, we're lucky. He has an answer to Zimone. It's very likely he has an answer to Zimone. Alright, he taps those two. That's smart on his part. It's a good thing Zimone's going to give us card draw. But yeah, he's now actually starting to apply pressure just by a bunch of 2-drops. 2 attack creatures. Yeah, that's 5? 6... That's 5 Biomathematicians. What's a buff spell for 1? Fortifying Draught. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I have a better idea. There we are. I like that one. Alright, start by drawing cards. Alright. So I can Pop Quiz or Negate. I could play it, have Negate and Pop Quiz open. Or I can not play it. Oh, I can Pop Quiz, and then whenever I draw, I can discard with Pestilent Cauldron. Hold up all this mana, so we can negate any win condition. If he just attacks, we Pop Quiz, and we discard the drawn card. Or we can just, yeah. There's a few things we could do with that. The thing about Pop Quiz is you can actually draw a card, and then discard the card you drew with the Learn effect if you have no Learn cards. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. So the question is, do I want to discard the Pest Summoning or the Intro to Annihilation? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is he going to destroy the Cauldron? I'm happy with him destroying the Cauldron, honestly. Let's see what we draw. If it's a land, yep. Okay. So I'm going to Pest Summoning. And I'm going to discard a card. I'm going to discard this Forest. We are kind of behind, but this is because the snow day was so insane, actually, that we're so far behind. We can get back in this game. We just need to, you know, get around the fact that a snow day to lock us down. Lock down our... Oof. That's tough. That's a tough one for us. Okay, now it's really tough for us. Alright. I could Pest Summoning, have card draw, and negates ready. I'm gonna... Wow. Yeah, the Weatherbloom Pledge Mage does a lot of work against us. Do I negate this, or do I wait for him to draw cards and then negate what he gets? That's the big question. Alright. I actually didn't need the Quantum Fist with Zimone. Do we annihilate the Witherbloom? Or do we actually do it on the Needlethorn Drakes? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Alright. I think we Leyline Invocation and just hold up defenses like the negate. We might start swinging in with the pests a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so swing in with like 2 of the pests. But we'll do that on another turn. We're hoping he swings in and then like plays a spell that we get to negate. A lot of our pests die, and we mill him for a ton. Because I think that's our win condition right now. Of course. Yeah, he just was able to tap down all our stuff as we played it. And that allowed him to tempo himself out. Also, I should note, again, 5 Biomathematicians in the early stages of the game. The negates were being useless, thanks to him not playing spells that could be negated. Or when he did, they were spells I didn't think I needed to negate. We're in trouble. We need to gain life somehow. Eliminating the Frost Trickster does not gain us life. Intro to Annihilation does not deal with enough of the threat. This starts doing some work. I could actually Decisive Denial to attack one of the Needlethorn Drakes, gaining me life, and then I could eliminate the Frost Trickster. Such a weird play, but I think that's the correct answer. The creature I control fights target creature I don't control. I think have a negate and an eliminate ready. Not the place I want to be, but it's a place where I'm not dead. And that's the important part. Let's see how he attacks. If he swings with all... Negate the Decisive Denial. Do you have another solution? Yeah, I definitely wanted a Witherbloom Pledge Mage in this deck. The Wormhole Serpent can give us a way through, which is very important for us. Oh, I could just Intro to Annihilation the Needlethorn if I really need to. The fact that we're in a position to Intro to Annihilation a 2-drop, not good. That's fine. That doesn't make us dead. And not being dead is the big deciding point. 10 versus 13. Alright. The saddest annihilation. Am I able to attack with the fractal? I believe I am. If I do, it kills a lot of his stuff. Nah. Because I need the fractal with a wormhole to threaten lethal in the future. Because, yeah. So he doesn't play a threat this turn, is the plan. He doesn't play... And then I play wormhole, turn the 10-10, swing through. Then he has basically one more turn to get his threat. Or else we got him. I cannot discard this Wormhole Serpent into Pestilent Cauldron. Counter? Do you have a counter for a creature? Eureka moment? That's fair. That's fine. He has 11 lands to my 10. He has 12 lands to my 10. No berry. No berry. I'm okay discarding my Dragon's Guarded Link for a pest. What you got for me? He is actually milling out before we are by one card. Intro to Annihilation, that's fine. That is okay. I could make a very easy assumption as to what he's annihilating. Ah, Wormhole Serpent. Very smart, actually. Very smart, actually. Oof. Making this game last long, sir. I respect the effort. All I have to do is mill, like, 2 cards from you, and I'm back in the driver's seat. If I attack here, he blocks block. I kill these two, and he gets a stop otherwise. Am I okay with that? It prevents any fight spells. It's a tough decision. It's a tough decision point. I'm gonna go for it. Let's see how he fares. He can't trade Jess's Biomathematicians. Huh. Tough game. Tough game. Very tough game. Alright. The thing is, he has to triple block, and I very much appreciate that. Alright. So he's being smart. He's keeping his Scourge colony around. Well, we know how this is faring. We're killing the Witherbloom Pledge Mage and then the Biomathematicians. No, I want to kill the Pledge Mage first. Zimone gave me the card draw to get back in this game. Pestilent Cauldron gave me the pests. The combined result... Oh, man. What a game. What a game. If I could just keep knocking down... Like, with that, I can now attack with my 4/4. If he wants to block that with Scourge Colony, I'm fine. If he wants to block that with Biomathematician and the 2/2, I'm also fine. Alright, he's looking for a win condition. And he's putting his lands away, I'm certain. Probably going to scry one of them to the bottom. Oof. Deep breaths. We're in the home stretch. He is milling himself. Any turn. Alright. After this, I'm going to make some pests. This Quandrix Apprentice, unfortunately, is just going to become a pest. I know that's not what it wanted to be in life, but that's what's going to be in life. Alright, he only has the Scourge Colony. If he had the card that gives it unblockability, he would have played it already. So he didn't have an answer amongst those cards, so I'm very happy. Whew. Talk about a tough game. Talk about a tough game one, guys. Oh, man. Oh, man. Tough game one. Gosh. Needlethorn Drakes, Scourge Colonies, all that. Oof. Alright. There we go. Awesome. Too many swamps. Too many swamps. Throw back the Pestilent Cauldron. So it's funny, in the moments where Pestilent Cauldron is good, we're probably going to get all the way back to Pestilent Cauldron. Thanks to stuff like Quandrix Apprentice and such. When we want this card, we'll get there. Scourge Colony, then we get a Quandrix Pledge Mage, and hold up double Counterspell. It's pretty darn nice. Pretty darn nice. So yeah, we have a Decisive Denial, if we need it. Yeah, he was going to have an Infuse with Vitality is my guess. Alright, what do you have as your 3-drop? Smart. Alright. That's fine. Yep, our colors was an issue. This isn't good. We do have a denial. And we do have a negate. If he plays the bear, that's exactly why I want him not to play the bear. Get me a land. Get me a land. Ugh. Not good days. I think we just lost because we had a bad hand, so we need to remove one black. And do we play Hunt for Specimens, or do we just Unwilling Ingredient and hold up the negate? I think we do this and hold up the negate. We're not in a good spot, in case anyone's wondering. I think I still block the 1/1 to get rid of it. To at least get rid of the threat. And that's not a negatable target. A little like Quandrix. Swamp? Swamp or island? And we didn't have the negate available. So GG. He had pressure, we had bad lands. There's our swamps. We had all the ways to get lands, but it involves us gain lands first. That was the issue. So, we're removing one swamp, and we're adding one forest. Because the forests can give us swamps, the swamps can't as easily give us forests. -1 swamp, +1 forest. We have ways to get to the swamps when we need them. And they involve having forests and islands. Watch, now that we do that, we get punished for the other side. Dragon's Guard Elite, Needlethorn Drake. I'm happy with that. A single land, doesn't matter the color, gives me the pop quiz, which gives me the environmental sciences. Alright, I think we apply pressure. I think we scare him. Force him to use his Eliminate, his Lash of Malice. There we are. Now we can Durdle. Now we can Durdle properly. I'd rather have the pop quiz than the Needlethorn Drake. We're gonna hold. Alright, now I can actually Elemental Summoning, or I can Pest Summoning. I think the Pests are actually better here. I'm just gonna eliminate that before it becomes a threat. Yep. Probably because he was Silverquill, I should have played around Lash of Malice and played the Needlethorn before the Dragon's Guard Elite. Oh well. You make mistakes and you live. Yeah, I'm not holding up Barbarian books for a Silverquill Pledge Mage. I'm also not trading this guy. Yep. Perfectly acceptable. Perfectly acceptable. Using his lashes now. That and again, Lashes were probably... Again, I should have played around it with the Dragon's Guard Elite. Alright, so he's going to try to fly over me. Fair enough. Do I leave up Burying Book's Test of Talents, or do I Leyline Invocation and apply pressure? That's really the two questions, really. Alright. Well, we came up with our answer. Next turn, we have Test and Burying Books ready. Combat Professor, not bad. I'm going to start by attacking. I can Environmental Sciences for a swamp, or I can and give me some life, or I could just ready the Elemental Summoning. I'm going to ready the Elemental Summoning. I'm holding up both Test and Bury, depending on how he wants to play into my stuff. Alright. That tells me he doesn't even have a spell worth testing, so we're going to bury his Combat Professor. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. All right. Apply pressure. Tell him you're just using the Silver Quill Campus and you're actually doing nothing of significance with your 2 lands in your hand. Shuffle the Combat Professor away. Alright, that tells me he doesn't have a Lash of Malice. Thank you, Auto Tapper, for letting me know. Always appreciated. Always appreciated. And then, yeah, next turn we just swing it all. If he tries to find some solution, like Professor's Warning or something, we just Test of Talents it away. Yeah, single swamp was good enough. Take 4. And threaten lethal. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will play this so that I can scry and test in the same turn. Well, he has a lot of work to catch up on. And if whatever spell he casts doesn't catch up on the work, I think we just let it through. Very simple. Very simple strategy. Alright. Yeah, now even my pests are lethal threats. Good game, man. Alright. Gosh, I just realized someone might have all the pictures. Scarlet Spider, how's it going, man? How's it going? Thank you very much for showing up. So, we're playing this deck, which is a little weird. You're gonna notice there's a lot of 2-drops in this deck. But that doesn't make it an aggro deck, because those 2-drops include Needlethorn Drake, Zimone, which gives us more cards and mana. This gives us this gives us all our lands from our deck. This gives us Death Touch. This fights Fiends. This gives us life. So basically what we're doing is we actually are the Durdle slow deck. The thing is, like, every single one of our cards is a 2-drop. Oh, Dragon's Guard Elite. So our win conditions, our Dragon's Guard Elite is 1. Wormhole Serpent with Leyline Invocation and our Elemental Summoning is another win condition. And then we just, as you saw, kind of tempo them out. We have an Eliminate. We have a Negates and Test of Talents, a Decisive Denial. Pestilent Cauldron was okay. It did its job. Stuff like that. Stuff like that. And thank you for following. Thank you very much for following. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Awesome. All right. Well, we're at 2-1 right now. This deck, I think, can go pretty far. So, I'd be disappointed if we die soon. Anyways, thank you for showing up. If you want to chill, that's okay. I make sure to describe the best I can, because I know some of my viewers do not play Magic at all, so I want to be able to describe it to them. So, right now we are a 3-color deck. We have very few swamps, but we have environmental sciences to get those swamps, because we only need one when we get swamps. So that's good. And, yeah. Alright, hunt for specimens, perfect. Hunt for specimens into pop quiz, holding up 2 different counter spells. We have very good... I played a bit of Magic, it's a pretty fun game, yeah. The problem is, it's like, to see the epitome of what makes Magic great, you both have to have a lot of it, you have to understand the depth under the game, and you need the cards that can get you to that depth. So, generally speaking, most people cannot experience it, and it's like, well, that sucks. And it's kind of like by design that you'd have to pay money, and I do not recommend investing money in a free-to-play game. Free-to-play games are designed in a way to sink all your money away. One of my big themes is, with Magic the Gathering Arena, I say, hey, it's a great game if you have self-control. If you don't have self-control, I cannot recommend this game. But if you have self-control, I enjoy it. Alright, opponent seems a little laggy. Because, yeah, that first part was him actually lagging. This part is him actually just not being absent. Unfortunate. But yeah. So Hunt for Specimens is going to give us our environmental sciences. We can actually... So what we can do is we can hunt for specimens for the environmental sciences, but then leave our mana open for Pop Quiz and Whirlwind Denial. And so then the next turn, when we have 3 mana, but we have time to play a 4th land, we can then environmental science for the forest and hold up a decisive denial. Do you prefer online or in-person games? So in person, like, okay, I prefer playing with my friends over everything else, but so therefore I'd say in person, but that only happens so often, and when I'm playing like a competitive, like, let me put it this way, if there's a person who's not the best not the best at socializing, at, you know, someone who, a braggart, for example. If I face that in person, that's a lot more painful than here, where I can just mute the person if they're a braggart in this game, you know? So, I will say that much. So, like, the in-person has the highest highs and the lowest lows. So, and when it's the highest highs, obviously, with my friends, great, fantastic stuff. I just do online because it's always a consistently decent experience, basically. Alright. I'm gonna pretend I'm Witherbloom first. Let's see. So you're gonna hunt for specimens. Do I want a pest summoning just to apply more pressure? I think so. And then next turn, I can hold up Pop Quiz, Whirlwind Denial, and Burying Books. Alright. And if he field trips something really good... Environmental Sciences. That's not really good. Okay, that's perfect. He's going to be Environmental Sciences for his blue. Alright. I'm actually going to play reveal the blue now, because I want to be able to, like, if I draw my negate, I want to be able to decisive denial and negate in the same turn. Alright. We're going to hold up. I'm okay triple blocking this, and then he'll pull a combat trick, and then I bury it. That's my plan for this turn. Okay. Get your land. I'm not so petty as to counter a land. I'm going to pick this up. I'm not going to play it this turn, which I know is going to send alarm bells ringing in his head. But I'm okay with that. Oof. I like Lambo Droid. I like online computerized games because then there's no possible way to make an illegal move. Fair enough. And in a game as complicated as Magic the Gathering, that's probably very valuable. If he play, so I'm always going to spend the test of talents first, so that we know what else we need to counter in his hand. But this is not something worth test of talenting. If he wants to study break, that's fine. Get your pests. I have my pests, you have yours. We're a happy family. No blocks. Y'all both tricolor. Yep. He is Abzan. I am Sultai. Do I want to counter this? I have so many counter spells, I think the answer is yes. And the best part is this makes him think he's free and open. Alright. So in their graveyard, let's take that. So that's his hand. We'll be able to see that in a bit. Mortality Spear. Very worth noting. And the Leyline Invocation. Alright. We know what we need to counter. So in his deck, we have a Shadeling. Pestilent Cauldron. Crux of Fate. Gotta be ready for the Crux of Fate. Beldros. Okay, this guy has some good late game. This guy has some insane late game. Be ready for that. Oh my god, be prepared for that. Alright, so he's going to plumb at the end of his turn. Is my guess. And the Essence Infusion is the card that I was supposed to wait for him to use, and then I counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if I play Elemental Summoning, he just Mortality Spears, and then... like, that's it. We're gonna attack with 1, I think. Actually, no. He's gonna Mortality Spear. If he wants to Mortality Spear a Pest, be my guest, sir. Be my guest. How's it going, Sean Keen? Going good. Alright, he's Essence Diffusing. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So now I can just bury that. He does not have enough to... He has enough if this is a land, he can Leyline Invocation. I'm gonna just trust it's not. Thank God. Alright. So he's just holding up a Plum of the Forbidden. Not that threatening. Just chilling playing some Animal Crossing after watching Saw 1 and 2. I hope you enjoyed those. Yeah. Oof. Horror movies are not my sort of thing, but... Yep. He sees that I'm not using my Elemental Summoning. He knows there's a counter. There's a reason he hasn't played his Leyline Invocation yet. I need more lands right now. I'm glad to hear you enjoyed them. I'm glad to hear. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, he has 2 mana left open. We know he has a Beladros in his deck, which is the scariest thing, but he has so much mana, I think we can't really play around that. We just Whirlwind Denial this. Alright. Do I want the Wormhole Serpent or the Elemental Summoning countered? I think the Elemental. And when I say countered, I mean Mortality Speared. Alright. The other one's a 1 condition. And this now makes it look like I have no counterspells. I have counterspells. I just don't care for countering what he has in hand right now. Alright. Attack with my 4/4, play Wormhole Serpent, he Mortality Spears, I'm happy. I think so. These two easily attack. This one has Menace, in case you're wondering why this one's attacking. Yep. I could have fought in response. I could have Decisive Denialed in response. That was the correct play. That was the correct play. Oh well. We just hope he didn't draw something good, because he has good cards in his deck. We saw his deck. He has Belladros, he has a Crux of Fate, he has cards in his deck that are insane. Alright, I'm happy with a Pestilent Cauldron. He has no cards to offer to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Okay, so... Ooh, these plays happen so fast. I gotta keep moving, kind of, you know? Ooh. Seven health. Get the Needlethorn Drake in there. Oh, he can exile to draw cards. Gonna start exiling cards in my grave. Smart man. I could return the favor, but I need to keep a negate up because we know for a fact he has Crux of Fate. Decisive Denial that. Yep. That was our last blue. If he draws Crux here, we are dead. That's the game. Well, it's very hard for him to draw Crux in this position, but it's possible. And he has just enough mana to play it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. I just need to math this out. So 1, 2, 3. So he gains 10 life. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, not worth. Not worth. Oh, I could have just... I had lethal. Yeah, I think I just hold this up, honestly. Yep, sacrifice the Lair of Acceptance. He's looking for his Crux. Moldering Karok's going to be swinging in, giving himself some life. I guarantee it. I played a little too fast. If I just made Wormhole Serpent Scourge Colony unblockable with Wormhole Serpent, I could have attacked in with lethal, and he'd have he could not we'd have a negate still available even as he did that. I wanted to actually block with the Scourge Colony to just give us more attackers on the board. This is fine, though. This is still fine. Wormhole Serpent makes itself unblockable. We attack with that and Unwilling Ingredient. We have game. Or that and Needlethorn Drake, because he can make a pest. He can make a pest. He gained 3 life if he wants to mill me. Babyloplex Assistant. Nothing here gains him life. Bark back on top. So you have unblockable. Yeah, we attack with all. I think we get... Let's see. Yeah, we get one. Wormhole Serpent makes itself unblockable. We attack with all. Wormhole Serpent plus one of them gets through. Either the Scared Colony or the Unwilling Ingredient. And even if he makes a pest, the pest does not work as he hopes. He dies, and then the pest dies, so he gains the life afterwards. Oh, and we don't even kill the pest this way. Perfect. Made it close. The man made it close. I will not deny that. He did well. But we're still good. We're still doing great. Thanks. So that's the third win. We have... Oof. I apologize if I'm playing a little fast Scarlet Spider, but... that's the nature of my playing, and it's probably what's causing me to suffer sometimes. Then again, on the other side, I have yet to get a draft that went under 5 wins. I have yet to draft enough times for that statistic to be significant, but my worst draft so far went 5-3, which is pretty awesome. I did a lot of things bad with that 5-3 draft, so... Alright. Only islands. I go first, and I have only islands. I think I actually throw back the island and hope for a swamp to come back. It's not a good spot to be. It's not a good spot to be. I cannot deny that. Did he mulligan as well? Thank God. Thank God. We're not behind. May have been worthwhile to keep that land, but... Whew. Nice little looking cat, by the way. I don't have that. If he has like a lava dart into or a grape shot into the Prismari, I'm happy for him. Pop quiz. Good card. Good card. Oof. These bad land hands are really devastating to me. Really devastating. Start from scratch. You know what? Yeah. They're meant to be foddered. Beautiful. If he wants to spend his whole turn starting from scratch that, I'm okay decisive denying it. There we are. There we are. Alright. Brock's Trickster. I could hold up an environment. With Environmental Sciences, I could hold up an Eliminate. Which one is more worth eliminating? Alternatively... yeah, I like that. Environmental Sciences, hold up, eliminate. Or do I just kill the Soothsayer Adept? I think I killed the Soothsayer before it gets him too much card advantage. I could get any color. I'm going to actually go blue. We're going to let him untap first. Alright, you into Marvel? I mean, I'm not a big comic book nerd. I have a friend, the Beefin, who is into that. So, but, I mean, obviously the Marvel movies are pretty awesome and such. So, that's something I'm into. I'm into that, at least. Yeah, I think I need to save the Eliminate for the Fractals now that I think about it. Alright. So, yeah. I'm actually not going to play this right now. Well, that's why I need to eliminate. Patience is a virtue. It would bring back nothing significant. Just the Needlethorn Drake. It'd bring back 2 Needlethorn Drakes. Or it would give me card draw. I think the answer is pretty easy. So now we're holding up a negate. And we could even discard the Unwill ingredient to get a Pest, which just might be a better body. So... I'm happy with this block. Not the best block, but it's a block I'm happy with. And this is where he plays the Leyline Invocation. Feels, aha, I fooled you, and then the negate comes in. Ugh. Do I want to discard the Unwill ingredient, get another Pest? Nah. We're gonna start, actually, by exiling his graveyard, I think. Alright, we want to take out the Elemental, the Cody, the Pledge Mage, and the Frost Trickster. Take out any of his cards that can win him the game. Alright. I need a coach for Magic. I can help you to some ability, but like at the same time, Magic is a very complicated game. I'm not surprised you need a coach. So back to your Marvel question, because you probably want to get some story into that. I was super into Infinity War, and like, so all the Marvel movies are great. All the Marvel movies, I am super 100% down and into. Thing is, I think you want more than just the Marvel movies. I think you're looking for, hey, can I get someone who, like, also reads the comics? Someone who's, like, into it. If he's smart, he'd probably discard that island to a Soothsayer Adept. I think he has enough lands. Alright. Never mind. I'm going to start by just knocking out his graveyard. Perfect. Do I hold up? No, he has way too many lands. We're going to actually play the Dragon's Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. We keep the Whirlwind Denial active. Took me a little while to figure that one out. Whew. He draws and discards. Yep. And so if he gets a Leyline Invocation here, Whirlwind Denial still counters it, which is great. Whew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can still Leyline Invocation. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is the 8th land. So we're going to play just Dragon's Guard, and we're going to just hold the forest. No, we can start exiling our graveyard for the Pestilent Cauldron. So, it seems really good. It's a very good card. It's just like, it's not like an insanely broken card. That's all I gotta say about it. It's a really good card, just not an insanely broken card. It is a uncommon, so it has to be pretty strong. I am okay with that. If he wants to start attacking, I'm happy with him to start attacking. Hopefully I can still denial any big threats he plays. It's been in almost every deck I've seen you play. I draft it highly. Yep, and he was... Unfortunately, he has 4 mana, so I cannot counter this Archmage Emeritus. Which is very bad. Because here's the thing. It counters it unless the controller pays 4. He has 4. Do I go for a card draw win condition, or do I just counter this and try to kill his Archmage? I think I have to go for the second. Let's try to kill his Archmage. And then this counters both card draw effects. And he's tapped out. I will state that was a dangerous maneuver. But we have fight effects. We have... He's tapped out. Intro to Annihilation is an effect that works. I mean, he's going to tap out my Dragon's Guard Elite with his Kelpie Guide. That's just kind of expected. I'm okay with that. Yep. Saw that coming. But that gets him 1 card instead of 3. So if he decides to turn the corner and start attacking, I will block with my Pests and use the Pestlet Cauldron to start milling him. So we still have that one condition. Oof. This is where the Pests start coming in handy, to block and start milling. This becomes an 8/8. If he wants to double block. Yep. Realize it still does its job. I think I block with the Unwilling Ingredient first. Yep. Let him mill through his deck. We could block with the Unwilling Ingredient, then we tap Pestilent Cauldron to draw a card. He has 4 cards in his graveyard for us to exile. We might mill him in response to... We might exile his graveyard in response to him playing a good card, because we still have a Test of Talents in our deck. So... But, like, these aren't good cards. These aren't cards I'm worried about. On the contrary, I think milling him is still a solution. Alright. Whew. These are all okay plays. Not the plays I'd hope for, but they're all plays I can accept. Let's take out... This counts cards in exile. I did not know that. I was hoping I was getting rid of his spells for good. Alright. Well, we have our card draw engine. Still tapping it down, even though if he's smart, he'll realize I can't attack with that anymore. So that strange moment where we mill our opponent, we're there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 mana. I think that's as much as we're going to need. Is there a stat that you force opponent to draw so many cards so that they're forced to discard? So drawing too many cards that they have to discard, not really significant enough to be really considered. Drawing so much that they mill themselves, because once they draw their last card and are forced to draw again, they lose the game. That is a strat. But drawing so much they discard? I don't think so. That Master Symmetrist has got to go. Start with this. Look for my Test of Talents. That's not my Test of Talents. Alright. Can't stop that. But that Master Symmetrist is his win condition right now. Exile's graveyard. 11 cards left. I have a hard and drawing only lands really doesn't help this. Most of his creatures have trample thanks to the Master Symmetrist. I'm going to go to combat first to force him to... He didn't tap it. I'm not going to attack then. One, two, three, four. Yeah, I'm not blocking with Zimone anyways. So this will draw me 2 cards. Alright. We're discarding for pests, and we're pop quizzing. Yep, that was kind of expected. So then we just pest summoning. So we're going to pop quiz, discard a card for pest summoning, and then we're planning to use all of that life gain to mill him. That's the plan. Is it going to pan out? No. It's not going to pan out. I'm sorry. If it's just those 2, I'm good. Okay, Master Symmetrist, great. He has a buff spell, doesn't he? But this keeps me alive. If he doesn't have a buff spell, this keeps me alive and gets me to a win condition. Berries and books. Unfortunate. I don't see how we win from here. He just managed to drag it on, and Master Symmetrist was just his win condition that I did not have an answer for. Start with pop quiz. And we don't need the elemental summoning. We need... That works. That works. Alright. Put a stop just before combat. Hopefully it just gives me a stop. Oof. Pest summoning to keep ourselves alive. And we're going to wait till he declares combat, and then we're going to Quandrix Command to return his Rock Symmetrist to his hand, so he can't do what he needs to do. And then we're going to decide what we need to do from there. Yep. No attacks. Nine cards left in deck. We're getting close. We can mill 4 of them. So we're actually nearly at the point where we can mill them. But we aren't there, which is the issue. Alright. So this is upkeep. I'm okay with him having this. I have to wait till he declares combat. That's when I bounce the Master Symmetrist. We've exiled 17 cards from his deck. Alright, here's where he goes to combat. So, return target creature to his hand, and put 2+1/+1 counters. So, return target creature to its hand, put 2+1/+1 counters. We're gonna put on one of the pests. Kill the 6/6 if we'd like. Alright. Does he have a charge through? Do we need to play around a charge through? Alright. He's, yeah, ready to tap the 3-3. Alright. Here's the question. Is mill still a win condition for us? Yes or no? I think no. In which case, we want to discard our forest to make another pest. Not dead yet. And every moment we're not dead is a moment where technically we can still be alive. We can still live through this. Wait, he attacked with his Kelpie Guide. Pretty sure Dragon's Guard is one spell away from just winning the game. Or he has to block with his Soothsayer Adept. Yeah, if I had a snow day, I'm pretty sure I just threaten lethal. Yeah, if he taps his Soothsayer, we are in a very good position, actually. Target player shuffles their graveyard into the library. Thank God I got rid of their graveyard. Thank God I got rid of as much of their graveyard as I could. Alright, he has a second Master Symmetrist. Of course. Of course he does. I'm going to actually tap the Pestilent Conjure to get ourselves a card draw. Alright. We don't need the Environmental Sciences. The forest, the land, or this land. Great. Beautiful. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. I don't see how we get out of here, except, like, if we drew a Wormhole Serpent there. The only way I saw was us drawing a Wormhole Serpent there. It's one full board, and it's one board that is actually... It's far more one-sided than it might look at first. Well, we still have one more life before we get kicked out of this run. But yeah, we are a Durdle deck facing just a better Durdle deck. That's all he does? I'm surprised. Yep, everything gets big. Yeah, I'm gonna grab this still. I want that Wormhole Serpent up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna play this island with the intent of doubling the counters on the Dragon's Guard Elite at the end of the turn. Alright, that's fine. We have the 11-11. And we do have a means with Pestilent Cauldron. If he attacks, we could block with a lot of our 1/1s and actually get some stoppage. So unfortunately, we know exactly where Wormhole Serpent is, and it's not as high up as we need it to be. but Wormhole Serpent acts as a win condition for us. We might actually be able to get it before the game ends. Not easy. Not easy. Your side looks terrifying just looking at values, but his side has Trample. His side has Trample, and look at our health totals. And then you notice that I can end up milling myself if this continues for too long. Just that. Alright. See what else he does. Or if he does nothing. Then I'm just going to buff Dragon's Guard Elite. Turn it into a massive monster. I have a win condition. I can't bury in books with this much mana. Great. Oof. Still Scourge Colony and have Barrier Books ready next time. Wormhole Serpent. Alright. Quandrix Apprentice is now a bad card. We no longer... Actually, hold up. Quandrix Apprentice means when we bury in books, we put the Wormhole Serpent on top. We can bury in books his Kelpie Guide to get ourselves a chance towards lethal. This is such a weird hand, such a weird play, but I think we have a way to victory. Let's see how he taps. I'm assuming he's tapping the 11-11. Yep. Going to leave this on the ground. How much mana do I have? 1, 2... I can actually check using this. So I have 12 mana. I need 4, 4. That's 8, 13. I actually need this land. So I'm going to turn this guy unblockable. I'm going to turn this guy unblockable. That's 15 damage. Ugh. Do I do it? Do I bury in books the Kelpie Guide? Yeah. This is great. It's actually an amazing position. We decline to pick up the land if there is a land in here still. Alright. We want top card this. Perfect. My turn. Hey, Mindful Line. Thanks for dropping by. This is being made unblockable. Is this being made unblockable? I think so. Because I need to make sure he's low enough on health. He has his own burying books. Alright. Fair enough. Are you winning, son? Not yet, but not yet, Dad. Not yet. Honestly, I am in a losing position, but I can get out of it. I can get out of it. And that's the important part. Very close. This guy knows how to play. He had a very good deck. I've been exiling his entire deck, but doesn't matter. I'm out of mana. Oof. I think I'm consistently missing your L2 runs, but at least I could see some of the drafts. Yep. Yep, that was expected. He's Kelpie guiding. I think that's slowly moving him out of position to win. I can start... Let's see, he has 6 cards. Tendrils gives me 2 life. I don't have enough life. If he kills my pests... I don't have one... I need 1 mana. I need 1 mana open. That's it. That's it. Just 1 mana. 1 mana open and Tendrils plus the pests will be enough to mill him. But he can't attack this turn. Alright. Attacks with a 6/6. That's actually a correct play on his part. That's actually the correct play on his part. There he is. This was the correct play in all ways. Well done, sir. And seeing it. Alright. So we need to kill both of these. Alright. And I just need to make sure I don't die. Actually, hold up. Actually, hold up. Hold up. Figuring out other plays. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because we have 1 mana tap. If we had 1 mana untapped, we could have won off of this play. If we had 1 mana untapped, we could have won off of him making this. This would have been a mistake. But it's not a mistake, and I am sad. Four. Alright. I can't block that one anyways. I'm blocking that one with a pest. That's becoming unblockable. I will have enough for Battle of Wits or as a counter, and for Pestilent Cauldron solution. So this is 7. Unless he has another Rock Symmetrist or something. We just won. We just won. Oh my god, is it close. Oh my god, is it close. Whew. We have 1 card in our deck. This is our last card draw. The Dream? We will see. If he keeps cycling with Soothsayer Adept, will Pestilent Cauldron mill him using this last card? The last card's a counterspell. The last 2 cards are Fight and Counterspell. Alright, Kelpie Guy doesn't save him. Yep. There's no instant speed card that can save him. We actually won. With the last draw of our deck, we won. I don't think there's a single card that can save him. This is 7 damage. He can't tap. He can't tap us down. And just for safety's sake... Oh my god, we pulled it off! Oh man. Last card in our deck. I need a breather. Couldn't you first declare attackers before using the ability? I want to use the ability then to... I just didn't want to mess up, okay? I didn't want to have full control. I didn't want to mess up. Yes, I could have declared the attackers, then use the ability. I might have wanted to play Tendrils of Agony. That's why I was considering. Which would have been Sorcery Speed. Whatever the case... Well, it's a Durdle deck. It sure durdled. It sure durdled. Okay, so usually I don't take a break during my drafts. But oh my god, that was stressful. Oh my god, that was stressful. I'm going to refill my water because I'm nearly out. I'm going to let you guys all take another peek at the deck so you guys can see it for yourselves while I'm off gain water. Oh man, I need to take another break. That's good. That's good. And that's all it took to get to 4 wins, everyone. That's what it took to get 4 wins. Sometimes you gotta fight for every victory. Alright, so we have a Dragon's Guard Elite. Any black gets us into good space. Any learn gets us in a good space. This is a very risky keep, but the moment I get a black mana, everything's solved. So I'm happy with this. And if I get a learn card that I can play with black mana, that also solves itself. Again, Dragon's Guard Elite on turn 2 is usually a bad idea. I think I just end my sentence there. This is usually a bad idea. Alright. We're eliminating you now. We are not allowing you to get value. And now that you have 3 power, Dragon's Guard Elite is much harder to kill. Like, it's amazing how significantly harder you become to kill just by having that single additional counter. Okay, I don't want Environmental Sciences, but I can't Elemental Summoning at the same time. We're gonna... No, I'm gonna Environmental Sciences to turn my person into a 5/5 so it could go through the Pillar Drop of Warden. We're gonna grab the additional blue. Yep, we're just applying pressure. You're a big, scary Liliana, but this is a bigger and scarier Dragon's Guard. If you think this is scary, there's a Wormhole Serpent coming behind it. So yeah, we're threatening lethal very soon. To get the No, you... Why not just play Bibuloplex Assistant? You just lost yourself a card draw. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna save the Decisive Denial for a counter when he tries to kill my Dragon's Guard Elite. I think. Either that or just Wormhole Serpent now. I mean, we know he has a Magma Opus, and that's about it for his scary stuff. That's fine. My turn. Yep. Okay, so I just want to explain why that move was so bad. I want to explain... I'm going to go into View Battlefield once it gives me the option. I need to explain why that move was so bad. So, he had 5 mana. He had a Biblioplex Assistant and a Magma Opus. Magma Opus, it's a big 8-mana card, but you can discard it to create a treasure token. So his idea was he's going to create a treasure token to give himself something to return to his hand with Biblioplex Assistant. The problem is this doesn't return it to his hand. It returns it to the top of his library. He could have just played Biblioplex Assistant as a 2-1 flyer if he needed the blocker, if that's what he was going for. He literally lost himself a card draw by doing that. Because it went to the top of his library, all he did was lose himself a card draw and let me know he has a Magma Opus in hand. That's all he did. He should have just played the Biblioplex Assistant. He would have given less information and been in a better position. Glad to have a opponent like that after the last game. Alright. Hey, that's a great art you have, Snakehead. That's great art. Opponent goes first. We are a forest away from both Quandrix Apprentice and Pop Quiz. We have a hunt for specimens, which will let us get there. So we get there. We're playing the island first, so that if we draw the forest, we could just immediately play Quandrix Apprentice. Have the Pop Quiz ready. You know, that sort of stuff. Alright. My environmental sciences. What are you going to do? Bounce it? No, you're going to curate. That's what you're going to do. Did you just shuffle your library? It looked like you just shuffled your library. Alright. Fair enough. Yeah, we need the green now. Unfortunately, we had to resort to that to get our land drop, which is very bad for us. Next turn, we can Quandrix Apprentice and Unwilling Ingredient. Or if we get a land, we could Quandrix Apprentice and hold up a Test of Talents, which I'd prefer much more. Alright, well, at least we get our plays. Not drawing land is very unfortunate for us. He has a spell. We know it. Do we force him to use it? Yeah, we force him to use it. Use it, buddy. Show me what you got. There you are. Good boy. Good boy. I would like a land, please. Pop Quiz, can you give me a land? I'd appreciate it. I mean, Quandrix Apprentice is going to give me a land where you don't, so I'll be fine. Hey. If I Zimone, I only have black mana. I think I hold up both Burying Books and the Whirlwind Denial. Yep. We're holding up 3 cards. Whirlwind, Pop Quiz, and Bury. Oh, and I get to counter the effects as well. That's pretty awesome. Alright. And back. More like 10 minutes. Alright. So unfortunately, everything we're holding up is blue. No. That's not how we want it. I think we still hold up the Test of Talents. He has Elemental Summoning. We know it. This is not a good spot for us to be, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. I think we have to take it. We'll block the Prismari Apprentice. I'm okay blocking the Prismari Apprentice. Yeah, we're just not... Our land and other stuff count is just being very awkward. There's only one answer, sorcery. Alright. Explosive Welcome is in his hand. I mean, we'll look at his hand later. I just want to look. Divide by 0. Archmage Emeritus. So he has big card draw. Elemental Mastery. Snow Day. Another Pigment Storm. Another Elemental Mastery. So 2 Elemental Masteries. A Snow Day. Ardent Dust Speaker. And Emeritus. Alright. So he has a pretty big deck. Gotta be ready for that. Oh, that's great. That is actually fantastic. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can hold up Pop Quiz. We could hold up Burying Books and Quandrix Command. So I could bury 1. And yeah, I could bury 1, bounce, and block. He has Serpentine Curve. Alright. If he doesn't Serpentine Curve, alright, that's fine. Bring back the Pigment Storm, I'm assuming. Yep. Perfect. Alright, return target creatures in his hand. So, return target creature, Planeswalker to its owner's hand. We'll do the Quandrix Pledge Mage. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on this. Get ourselves a Quandrix Campus. And while we're at it, we will also bury the Spectacle Mage, I think. Yep. Lock there. And like that, we're back in the game. This guy is, nothing, basically. Alright, time to start applying counter pressure. We know he's not getting lands, so the counter pressure is going to mount. He could Pigment Storm to kill my 4/4, but then he's just like kind of in a bad spot in other ways. Because we have this 7/7. You know exactly what he's bringing in. Alright, so we start by attacking. And we threaten lethal with this. Beautiful. He can't get to Explosive Welcome. We have enough lands for double unblockable. We know his exact hand because he kept Biblioplexing it back. And we buried and we Biblioplexed. There was nothing you could do. I knew his hand. I knew he didn't have an answer. So I just took him out. Simple enough. Simple enough. Quality. Quality. Alright. Yeah, this deck's great. Be nice to continue my streak of getting 7-1 on every one of my drafts for this format. I only messed it up once with a 5-3, which by all means 5-3 is amazing. I'm not disappointed with the 6-3 at all. I want to continue my 7-1s. So we get Quandrix Apprentice into a held up Whirlwind Denial. So bad it's good? Sharknado. That is a good one. Just a sec. I need to focus on the game real fast, but I got 2 different so bad it's goods. Sharknado, obviously. Obviously, the comedy of plight. Alright, I don't need an attack. We can Durdle. I have a Pop Quiz. I have a World Denial. depending on what you do. What do you want to do? And yes, I think this card is strong enough that I will counter a Mage Duel. Do I counter a Field Trip? No. For a Field Trip, I just pop Quiz. Whew. Your question of the day actually makes me think of the level 1 Rogue Legacy 2 challenge. Such a bad idea that became good. Yep. I like it. Alright. Let's get more lands. I would like an additional island. And let's get ourselves our own elemental summoning, I think. Yep. I think I hold up the Whirlwind Denial this turn. Unfortunately, I cannot Dragon's Guard Elite. But I cannot I do not intend to Pestilent Cauldron anytime soon. I don't think. Yeah, we're going Whirlwind Denial his 4/4. That's our plan. And then we play our own 4/4. Unless our draws give us a better plan. All our mana fixing is complete. Quandrix Apprentice has done their job. Let's get one more for the road. Now you've done your job. Go ahead and take out the Needlethorn Drake. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Ah. Beautiful. Nice Leyline invocation you got there. Be a shame if someone had a Needlethorn Drake. Needlethorn Drake. And Infinite Pests to wall off his 6/6. Perfect combination that forever sweeps the nation. Nice job with the 3/4. Yeah, in case you're wondering, the reason I didn't play the Leyline Invocation, I want it bigger. Simple as that. If he kills the Needlethorn Drake and then attacks, I'll make a Pest. Otherwise, I'm just using the Needlethorn to block the 6/6. We actually have card advantage on him, suddenly. Especially with Pestilent Cauldron. What you got? Okay. Start with the 4/4 attacking. Let's see how you respond. Okay. Got a Whirlwind Denial. Alright. That is fine by me. What you learning? Ooh. Clever. Clever. 1, 2. I think I keep the island. I don't think I think the Pestilent Cauldron was just used to break his Containment Breach. 3 mana for 3 mana. I'll accept it. Because, yeah, later I play Dragon's Guard and a Leyline Invocation, get myself an 8/8 and a 3/3 that's only going to keep growing, and attack with my 4/4s. So I think, yeah, we have just switched over to tempo. He switched over to control. I switched over to tempo. And I am happy with this change. He's going to keep ramping. And yes, the 8th land is important enough that I'm just going to... I'm not going to discard it with Pestilent Cauldron. Whew. That's okay. That's okay. You did your job. You ate half divide by 0, you ate the other half. If I just Wormhole Serpent, I threaten lethal next turn. Yeah, let's just Wormhole Serpent, threaten lethal. Right, 8 mana. We have 2 4/4s and 8 mana to pump them up. As well as an Annihilation if he has some sort of counter pressure or something. Don't know what he's supposed to do here. Other than lose. If he Leyline Invocations, he loses the game. If he... Which, I mean, it's a 10-10 Leyline Invocation. It looks good, but he can't do it. Good game. Just make sure Auto Tapper doesn't mess me up. There we are. 7-1. Another 7-1, everyone. Another 7-1. Oh, I feel good. Oh, I feel good. Alright. Let's open up... So, now I open up the boost packs. Then I'm going to send you guys over to my friend the Beefin. My friend Beefin has been doing a 12-hour stream of Breath of the Wild. Scarlet Spider, if you're still here, Beefin is actually into comic books and all that stuff. He actually collects Spider-Gwen, things like that. So if you want to talk about Marvel, I know you asked me that question previously, he is into Marvel. So if you have some questions, he could answer them in a way far better than I could. That game was easy, Lambo Droid. That game was easy. Thank you for noticing. But yeah. Whew. We got through another 7-1. Another 7-1. Alright. You work for those. Beefin, but I already follow him. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. He's a good friend of mine. So, when I say he's a good friend of mine, I only found him after I started doing Twitch stuff, and I ran into his channel. But the two of us have just been doing stuff behind the scenes, and just... It's two awesome people, so of course we're going to be awesome together. Just that sort of thing, you know? Mythic Wildcard. Heck yes. Alright. Whew. But yeah, I think I have this draft format down. I mean, then again, I haven't done Witherbloom yet. I haven't done Witherbloom yet, but he has, I have done 5 drafts, 4 of them went 7-1. I find it hard to believe I don't have these formats down. That being said, I will state, as you saw, this is stressful enough that I can't do more than one a day. I can't do more than one in a day, but my gosh, I think I got this format down, and that's fantastic.